The R21, otherwise referred to as Matrix M malaria vaccine, is the second vaccine ever developed for a disease that claims more than 600,000 lives each year. The vaccine is said to show a 75% protective efficacy in children aged under 5.
As you know, the vaccine we're talking about is targeting children. Currently, especially the one for Oxford, is for 5 months to 36 months. So that is clear. So most of the vaccines or the vaccines that are being developed are relatively for the under 5 rather than for adults. I need to make that clear because there's a lot of expectation. And adults think that also, the vaccines are for them.
With the provisional approval of the new malaria vaccine, experts say they expect a positive impact on the reduction of the country's current malaria burden.
Annually, we lose about 260,000 children in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, annually, which is that's a large number. Even if it's one child that is lost because of malaria, it's important that we understand that that's a big loss to the family and to the world at large. So the addition of the vaccine to the bouquet of interventions around malaria is important because it helps in sense of further mitigating what the impact can be on Africa in the long run.
We expect that it will really reduce, 1, mortality in children from malaria, 2, the severity of malaria in children. So those are 2 critical indicators which we think it will impact on by the time the vaccines are administered.
The Director General of Nigeria's National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, who spoke earlier on our breakfast program, Sunrise, said that the approval process for the R21 Matrix M malaria vaccine is not over, as more clinical trials are required before it gets the full approval for use in Nigeria.
Why we gave provisional is that, first, this vaccine was not tested in our country. It was tested in 5 African countries, but did not include Nigeria. Therefore, it is our belief and strong opinion that it should also be tested in our country. Africa has similar disposition in terms of environment and what could affect the effectiveness of vaccine or any medicine for that matter. But we insisted that it should also be tested in our country.
Professor Mojisola Adeyeye also spoke further on when the clinical trials are expected to begin.
The clinical trial will begin within the next 6 weeks. I've been talking with the manufacturer, with the market authorization holder in Nigeria. So the clinical trial will begin very soon. The experts have suggested colleagues, younger colleagues in the universities that will be part and parcel of the clinical trial. The fact that Ghana, which is maturity level 3 organization like us, approved this also provisionally. And now we also did a provisional approval, suggests that we are going somewhere. A regulatory agency must be strong enough in terms of having a critical thinking mindset to be able to evaluate judiciously a particular dossier or the other and come up with a decision.
As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark World Malaria Day, coinciding with Africa Vaccines Week and the World Immunization Week, there is still the need for proper policy funding and education in the efforts to get Nigeria and Africa to zero malaria. Benny Ark, Channels Television.